Bonjour, good morning, how's it going? Today is Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Currently 33 degrees Fahrenheit, that is just 1 degree Celsius. It is cold and wet. So just a little while ago when I was back in my room, I looked out the window and it was snowing. Now just tiny little flakes and not snowing now, but this is winter in Europe, here in Versailles, a city just outside of Paris, which is of course where the Palace of Versailles is. I went there yesterday. Absolutely incredible experience. 25 euros for the entrance ticket there. Not sure if that price might change during the summer high season, but I am now headed to the Gare des Chantiers, the train station, to catch a train or metro or whatever I can into Paris, where I have a hotel booked for the next 2 nights. So I thought that I would make this a how expensive is France in winter in the low season video, show you the prices, which are certainly going to be more reasonable. That is one of the advantages of traveling to various places around the world during their low season. The disadvantage, of course, is this weather. But it is an experience and I enjoy getting a taste of winter sometimes. So anyways, time to get to the train station, figure out when the next train heading into the city is, and also find some breakfast. Also, I will mention the Uber ride from Orly Airport, which I flew into 2 days ago. And unfortunately, there isn't any direct train, metro, or bus from Orly Airport over to Versailles here, even though it isn't all that far away. But if you take the metro, then you have to go into Paris first and then come out here, and that takes like an hour and a half, whereas it's like a 25-minute drive or something. So I got an Uber, that was $46 US. So here is the train station, also looks like the bus station. Interesting design. And then I thought that I would mention regarding the cold and being dressed for the winter weather, I am not really prepared for winter weather traveling. However, I almost always include in my traveling pack here the gloves, the warm hat, the scarf, because they don't take up much room, and with that you are much more prepared. And then the jacket is always with me as well. And then I mentioned in my video yesterday that the one thing that I was missing was long underwear for my legs, to have another layer under the pants. And then I remember that I have my comfy like sweatpants that I wear in my room in the evening or whatever, when I'm hanging out in my room and don't want to be wearing jeans. And so I have those now underneath my jeans here, and that extra layer is making a real difference. So with that, I'm fairly well prepared for this kind of weather. Once it gets even colder, below zero, that's a different story. But all right, Gare de Versailles Chantiers. So the guy at the hotel said line N goes into Paris. Also, I am hoping that there are some pastry shops or something here in the train station where I can grab something to eat. Okay, yes, that's good. The bad thing is nobody at the information desk, maybe because it's Sunday, but I will deal with that later. Let's grab something to go first and then maybe eat on the train. All right, so confirmed with the guy in the shop there that it is indeed line N. Okay. Okay. Platform C. So I had to pay €2 for the card, and then it was €2.55 for the train. So let's see when the next one is going. There is one sitting there, and that is platform C. So looks like this might be it. Let's make a run for it. Paris? No. Okay, not Paris Montparnasse. Okay, I guess in 7 minutes. And here it comes. All right. Things are working out. And it has the upper seats. I love those, so try to get one of those. Paris Montparnasse. And here we are in Paris, Montparnasse Station. So, this train station is on the southern side of the Seine River, which is good because that is where my hotel is. My hotel is about a 40-minute walk away, so not sure if I'm going to catch a taxi perhaps at some point, but I will start off just walking it as long as it isn't raining. I don't mind the cold so much. The rain is a pain. All right, let's hope this works, in which case that was a good and cheap train ride, about $3 US. All right, so now let's walk through Paris. Should be very interesting, of course. Which way? Sortie. Rue du Commandant. I have no idea. But when in doubt, if you don't know which exit to exit from a station, my approach is take the closest one. And then you aren't walking as far, potentially in the wrong direction. So this will do. Wow, this is a pretty big train station. All right. Not raining, that is good. It is definitely cold, and it is that wet cold. But it's fun. I like a taste of winter, especially when I know that I can go somewhere warmer at any time. That is what I need to figure out in the next 24 hours. I have this hotel for 2 nights. It is not cheap in Paris, even in the winter low season, of course, so not planning to stick around for long. So I'm looking forward to this walk, curious to see what we see along the way, if we pass any well-known and magnificent monuments or whatever which is highly likely. I'm not familiar with this part of the city at all. I've been to Paris so many times that much of it is very well known to me, including the neighborhood where my hotel is. But not sure if I've ever walked through here before.
Non, rien, je disais, il faudrait que je trouve celui qui me plaît. Non, j'essaye. Il faut trouver la bonne couleur. Mais c'est ça.
So I could take the metro, of course. But for one thing, I'm in the mood for a walk. Also, the metro can be complicated, especially going like across the city like this. Chez Bebert, couscous, La Consigne, brunch, bistro, brasserie. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Show where I am, where I'm going, and where some things are. Montparnasse Station. So I just walked kind of this direction. There is the Eiffel Tower. The Louvre would be up here. There we go. Louvre. Seine River. And the Notre Dame Cathedral. And one of these little islands is where I slept when my backpack was stolen. Can't quite see which bridge. It was the Pont Neuf Bridge. Anyways, my hotel is somewhere roughly around there, and so I need to walk across through the Jardin du Luxembourg like that. And starting to rain, unfortunately. Here we have a beautiful church. Let's see if we can take a look inside.
Afin que par l'exemple de la parole, il soit lui-même avec son épouse, le premier témoin de la foi pour cet enfant, dans le Christ Jésus notre Seigneur. Amen. Dieu nous a fait renaître de l'eau et de l'Esprit Saint, qu'il bénisse et qu'il finalise, que toujours et partout il soit des membres vivants de son peuple, dans le Christ Jésus notre Seigneur. Amen. Et que Dieu puissant vous bénisse, le Père, le Fils et le Saint-Esprit.
Well, considering the rain, I'm now thinking it is a good idea to catch the metro. Let's give it a try. You got a station right up ahead. Va-vin. And a line for something. Must be a really good restaurant. It's Sunday, so I guess maybe brunch crowd. Okay, looking forward to getting out of the rain. Let's see how tricky it is figuring out which train to take. M4. Maybe there's only one line here. Okay, we are at Va-vin. Where is Va-vin? It might be, yeah, it's there where it's all rubbed out. Oh, this doesn't look good. They aren't going over there. Well, I could do that to Saint-Michel, and then that gets me closer. So direction Shell Gourmet. So this machine doesn't make any sense to me. You go to English, press there, and then you don't have a Navigo pass. That's what I need apparently. Press that, and then that's your only choice. It says coupon for to be exchanged at the counter, and then coupon for, I don't know what a coupon means, and it all says to be exchanged at the counter. This is not making any sense to me. I don't get it. How do I get a ticket? And change of plans. I'm catching an Uber. It's about a 10-minute drive away and costs $14. And a very small but nice little room here. For 93 euros, that is $110 US. Very compact, but I really like it. A great use of space. You actually have shelving, a spot to put your suitcase or backpack, comfy bed, desk, TV, heater, little bedside table and a seat there, and then attached bathroom, everything you need. Compact, but not too claustrophobic. So you can assume this room would be quite a bit more expensive in August. That is for sure. So anyways, I am going to finish this video here since rainy out there. Not in the mood for walking around in the rain for now, but I have this place for 2 nights, and so tomorrow is free. We shall see what happens. In the meantime, I will be figuring out my upcoming plans to head somewhere warmer and drier. All right, see ya, au revoir. And it's now about 8 in the evening. I am out looking for some dinner, so walking towards the Seine. There's this whole area of a bunch of different restaurants. It's very touristy, especially in the summer, very busy. But I came across an English pub, and I am a big fan of bangers and mash, sausage and mashed potatoes. So if they have that, I think I'm gonna go for it. The Long Hop, it's called. Well, they did not have bangers and mash, so decided to skip that. They have fish and chips, but I had fish and chips last night for dinner, so let's continue the dinner hunt. Restaurant Corinne. Entrees, so they have some English here. Oh. This is like a Korean restaurant. Oh no, and that isn't English, that's French. Yeah, I see Korean looking people in there, so not in the mood for Korean food. And here we have, looks like maybe Chinese. I guess maybe I'm in an Asian part of town. Well, that sure looks good for breakfast. A crêperie here. I enjoy a good crepe sometimes, but not in a crepe mood. Cozy guys here. So here are the main dishes. 20 euro 50, 19 euro 50, 18 euro 50, 29.50 for beef steak. So average prices, not crazy expensive. I'm thinking about the beef cooked in a red wine sauce. And starting off with a Campari aperitif. And some popcorn. And here we go, looks great. Beef with vegetables, mashed potatoes, bread, some olive oil. Looks good.